Hi everyone, Lois A here. This video today really is for anyone who has ever had to visit a doctor, which is practically every single one of us. And what I'll be doing in this video is really to be discussing some of the things that we should do before our doctor's visit, during, as well as after our doctor's visit. So we're going to start with the before. So before you even set out to see your doctor, it is very important that you have all your medications with you. Sometimes the medication boxes may be empty, and that is fine. If you have your prescriptions, that is enough. But you have to have some kind of representative of your medication list. And this is especially important if it is the first time that you're going to be seeing this particular doctor, if this is the first time that you're going to be going to this particular office or this particular clinic. You're going to be brand new to the system. So it is very important that your doctor has an idea as to what medication you have been maintained on, because the truth is that we can't always remember the names of our medication. Next, the very important points that I need to make is that you need to ensure that you collect all outstanding investigations prior to seeing your doctor. Sometimes you may go to your doctor's visit and then your doctor may ask you, okay, so you did this particular lab investigation, or you did the CT, did you do the X-ray that we had requested last time? And you may have done it, or sometimes, unfortunately, you may have forgotten, or you may not have gotten the chance to actually book an appointment to get them done. But the absolutely worst thing is if you actually did your investigations and you left them at home. So the night before your doctor's visit, very importantly, make sure you have all your investigations packed and ready to go. You don't want to forget them, because sometimes these appointments are far and wide apart. So something that would have been dealt with on that doctor's visit may have to be postponed to the next doctor's visit. And that can, in some cases, delay your care. So you want to ensure that as much as possible is done at each visit, as much as possible is covered at each visit. So you want to have your investigations with you. Now, the next thing, on the morning of your actual doctor's visit, unless otherwise told, ensure you have a proper meal. We all know that sometimes our wait in the doctor's office, at the hospital, wherever it may be, can be a bit long and tedious. And we really don't want you to become so lethargic and fatigued, and in some cases hypoglycemic while you wait. So ensure, unless your doctor has otherwise advised you not to eat, ensure you have a proper belly-filling meal prior to your visit. And if you were supposed to take your medication on that morning, it's very important that you go ahead and take your medication as previously prescribed. Also, absolutely important, before you go and visit your doctor, if there are any questions that you have been wondering, anything that you had wanted clarity on for a long period of time, but you just never got the chance to ask last time or the time before that, or you're just really not understanding your illness, write down whatever questions you may have in advance, because on the day of the visit you may not be able to remember much of the things that you wanted to ask, whether due to nerves or whether just due to forgetfulness. Now, if you're also able to identify a close friend or family member that is able to accompany you on the day of your doctor's visit, that would be absolutely great. Sometimes your doctor may have to discuss certain things with you, and you may want that social support next to you just to help you get through whatever it is that is to be discussed. And you may just need that additional help, that additional friend or family member to help you get through the whole process of seeing a doctor, which sometimes can be a very nerve-wracking and intense situation. Now, during the actual doctor's visit, it is very important that you ask questions that you may have written down from before, or questions that may have come up during the actual consultation with your doctor. Seek clarity. If you do not understand your illness, if you do not understand what is hypertension, what is diabetes, what is heart disease, and yet you're seeing your doctor for these problems, seek clarity. Ask your doctor to break down these disease processes for you so that you can understand what is going on in your body. Also, if you have been experiencing any barriers when it comes to compliance on your medication, then you should let your doctor know. Whether it is that you're not remembering to take your medication, or you have some financial constraints, whatever it is, let your doctor know, because it is very common that there are ways to get around some of these barriers. For instance, if you're not remembering to take your medication, right? You can put little post-its around the house. You can set reminders in your phone. And it could also be that you're experiencing side effects of the medication. Let your doctor know, because there's sometimes alternatives that could be provided. There are different brands, there are different options available. If you have financial constraints, there are different health funds, there are different financial aids that may be available based on where you're living that could assist you with purchasing your medication. And things may not have to be as difficult. Now, before leaving that doctor's visit, ensure you have a full understanding as to what is requested for your next visit. So if your doctor gives you a whole bunch of forms with a bunch of requests, ensure you understand what exactly these requests are, why these requests are being made, and when you are expected to actually carry out these requests, right? You don't want to put away those request papers in the depths of your bag and forget to get back to them. And then by the time you come back to your next doctor's visit, you completely forget. You want to put those forms in a safe and easily accessible place so that you won't forget about them. Now, after your doctor's visit, of course, as we had stated before, you want to ensure compliance with your medication. You want to ensure that all the investigations that were requested are done. You do not want to forget your next doctor's appointment date. Have that date jotted down somewhere that you won't forget. And very importantly, if between your last visit and your next visit you become acutely ill, you're not feeling well, you run out of medication, you develop any complication whatsoever, please do not wait until your next visit to seek help. Go to your nearest hospital, health center, your nearest physician, whatever it is, book an early appointment, whatever is necessary. Even if your next visit is only a few days away of these acute complications, do not wait. Also, if you have certain chronic illnesses that can be monitored at home, such as hypertension or diabetes, if you're able to acquire the machines that are necessary to monitor these illnesses, then you should. If you're not able to financially afford these machines, you can visit your health centers, you can visit your pharmacies. Sometimes the pharmacies actually do your blood sugar and also do your blood pressure readings. So as much as possible, have your readings documented, monitor your readings at home and document them so that your doctor could have an idea as to how controlled you are at home. So that brings me to the end of this video. I really do hope that this video was helpful to some, and I also do hope that we as patients, as we have all been patients at some point, will take heed to these important steps to be taken prior to, during, and after your doctor's visit. Take care. See you next time.